theory, we're live. Oh, let me start recording.
Well, in theory, we were live last week, too, for about 12 seconds.
All right, according to Twitch, we're live.
I believe we are live. Spoods and the Gubbins are saying hello, so I guess we're live.
Hello?
So let's go with we're live.
Cool.
All right, well, hey guys, welcome back to the show without an intro, Big Box Weekly. Oh, Jesus, now we see him in both locations. Now I'm all confused.
I don't know what just happened. It just turned on. Okay.
Okay, well, that's fine. We're good. Anyways, yeah, welcome back to the show that somehow got a fourth season, Big Box Weekly.
We were renewed.
We were renewed. The network said, we're feeling bored today.
But not renewed enough to remember to change the title.
Oh. You
What?
done did it now.
Change
I left Kemet in charge of everything. This is still episode 1, according to him.
Not anymore.
Oh, okay. Yeah, a new title. There we go. That's perfect. I thought episode 4 was A New Hope.
Well,
Not
we're not on
episode 2.
episode 4.
Now you're all wrong.
Oh, well.
Good evening, gentlemen.
How are we doing?
That's a very good question. How are you doing? You seem to be having some trouble, sir.
Myself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Kemet is streaming for one instead of you, so.
Yes. Let me tell you what. This from Wednesday until now is just been a complete shit show for me. It's just been nothing's been going right. My computer today, what?
You accidentally ate some turkey, didn't you?
Oh,
No.
no.
Oh, okay.
Um.
You said Wednesday specifically, so
Well,
my
it's
brain went to everything went bad.
I've been off work since Wednesday.
Oh.
So anyway, yesterday and today I've been streaming, and it's my computer's just like, no, you don't really want to stream right now. And earlier today it was at what 0.27 FPS.
Yeah.
Mm.
It was a slideshow.
It was less than fantastic.
CS:GO PowerPoint edition.
Not even.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is your computer overheating?
I checked the specky, and it didn't. I mean, it was 50. The highest
not
temperature.
overheating then.
Yeah, the highest temperature was 50.
No.
That's odd.
It is, and I brought up I looked to see, if there was like something that was going on in the background that was eating up my resources. Nothing
Nothing was pegging the network connection?
No, not network. Nothing was peg. It was fucking weird.
Did restarting the computer fix it?
It did, but I'm scared.
Oh,
I was wondering more if it was an ISP thing.
That's what I'm thinking.
Thinking your ISP took a shit for a short period of time.
But that wouldn't have affected anything offline, though.
Wasn't
Right?
the only
Was
issue
your computer as whole just running stupid?
Yes.
Never mind then.
Interesting.
Yeah. Time for the old bootin' nuke, I think.
I don't want to do that yet.
Yeah, I know. It's a pain in the ass.
It really.
That's why I have everything stored in a cloud account that just I reload the computer and everything's just there.
The cloud is just another person's computer.
It is, but you know what? They manage theirs a lot better than I manage mine. Well, some of them do anyway.
It's fair.
Depends who you go with.
It sure does. Loose hard drive or SSD?
No.
I mean, probably not, because then a reload wouldn't really fix that.
It wouldn't boot if it's loose.
Yeah, they're just kind of connections, man. Well, you shouldn't really lose signaling over a loose connection. Not in the sense that it would slow down. Oh, excuse me.
No.
Apparently, I'm tired and I didn't know it.
Well, there's just so much happening.
I mean, there is so much happening. It was a holiday this week.
How was your guys' Thanksgiving? I don't mean to bring everybody down.
Oh yeah,
My,
it's
uh,
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's right. You're living all on your own in a brand new state, so you didn't even celebrate Thanksgiving.
Actually, I did. My mother came out and we had a little Thanksgiving here.
Oh, there you go.
I
That's
just
nice.
This week's felt like a month.
Yeah, it's weird. I only worked 2 days this week, yet it seems like the longest work week I've had in a while.
Yeah. Longer than daylight savings.
Yeah, that day like actually didn't really feel too bad, even though I was there for, I don't know, 11 or 13 hours or whatever.
It's not bad.
I don't even remember. I just remember I was in doing a job. We were in the middle of doing a job that night for daylight savings, and I looked down at my watch and I'm like, okay, it's 1:55. Does that mean it's about to turn 2 or is it about to turn 1? Where are we in the night here?
Yeah.
What
How
did you
much
go with?
more do I have to deal? I was thinking it was about to turn 1. I didn't think we were in there for that long, and I was correct. So we still had the extra hour, which was good because I had crap to do that night. But this week at work was interesting because my boss is a moron.
Oh,
What happened?
So, I work this. So my regularly scheduled nights are Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night.
Okay.
With the holiday, our shift, doing the back half, our holiday was determined. They made our holiday Wednesday night, Thursday night. So I went back in Friday night. But we run that shift. One department runs that shift, but all the other departments run regular Monday to Friday, 5-day weeks, even if they're first, second, or third. So that meant second shift was in there Wednesday night because their regular holiday was Thursday, Friday. Third shift would have been in there Wednesday night, but third shift manager was like, no, we're going to come in the Saturday before so that these guys can have Wednesday night off and not work into the morning of Thanksgiving.
Aw.
So that was cool. I used to try to do stuff like that when I was a boss too, but I didn't have enough power, and bosses above me were like, no, screw you. Screw your people.
yeah.
I was like, wow, you're not getting a Christmas gift. Okay. So they did that, but because second shift was there Wednesday, my boss is like, hey, one of you guys want to come in Wednesday night and cover the shift? And I looked at him, I said, you've been out for the past month. You're supposed to be here Wednesday night anyway because you're a 5-day-a-week guy. So that's already your scheduled shift till midnight. So it sounds to me like you're covering the shift. And that was my first mistake.
Uh-oh.
Letting him cover the shift.
Oh.
Because we go in Friday night. Oh God, no, he doesn't have a backbone. He wasn't fighting that one. So go in Friday night, and all's quiet. Not really any emails or nothing. Everything seems fine. Go in, get some of, because it's the end of the month, wrap up some of the PMs I have to wrap up, get some of the dumb jobs that I was just putting off doing, get some of those done. Play around with that 3D printed mold, which I know I talked to you guys about a little bit. I don't think we talked about it on stream. Maybe I'll get there a little bit later, or maybe not. I don't know. All's good. Friday night ends, Saturday morning, see the Saturday day guy coming in. He had nothing else to add to the day before because they were in Friday during the day. Cool, great. Go in Saturday night, still nothing. Cool, great. Go about my business. Go do some stuff in the clean rooms. Come back out at like, I don't know. I went into the clean rooms probably like 9 o'clock maybe. Come back out to like 11:15, whatever. Email from my boss. Oh, hey guys, I forgot to send this email out earlier, but Wednesday night I ran into a problem with one of the pieces of equipment, and I couldn't really resolve it myself just because it really should be a 2-person job. Well, thanks for letting us know now when we've already been here for a shift and a half that you left us a mess.
Yeah, that's
So go take care of that. It took like freaking 3 hours to take care of solving his mess because I guarantee no one else in the company has dug this far into these machines as me and my partner have.
Really?
Guaranteed. Well, because the other thing is, all these guys, I got to be careful here, just like I used to be, to not specifically say where I work, exactly what I do. But I feel like I can at least say that I work in the. I do maintenance, obviously. I'm certainly not an engineer. I'm reformed. I'm sober. I'm not an engineer. I'm a maintenance tech, so I actually fix things instead of causing more problems.
Oh.
But so I work in, call it the life sciences, biopharma type space. I think that's vague enough. And even if people know the state I live in, there's about 70 million of those companies over here. So
Paper clips.
Yeah.
yeah, let's just call it paper clips. Yeah. But yeah, so all the people otherwise in the department. One of the weird things about this industry is people kind of move around in packs. So you'll get like a core group of people that just kind of jump from one company to the next when, after a couple of years, when either company sells out or gets acquired and stuff like that, whatever. So they'll move around as a group. So all these people have been moving around in this industry for several years. And it's an industry where you very much usually don't get dirty. Well, now there's a core group of 4 of us at 2 of our sites that all came from the last place I worked, which, as you know, is very heavy industry, where we ain't afraid to tear into stuff, get dirty, and we're not afraid to break equipment in order to fix it.
Right.
So specifically, the guy that's partner on my shift, he was also night shift at the last place, so I've worked with him for like 3 years going into this place. So yeah, we work well together. We're very much able to go in and just start ripping and tearing. It's a little different now because we're ripping and tearing in a clean room, so it's a little more annoying. Have to wear our Tyvek suit crap, look like the Michelin Stay Puft man. But so we're able to go in and with very few words just start ripping and tearing and get down to whatever the hell the problem is. So we ripped through. It took like 3 hours. He ended up staying a little bit late. But yeah, so boss left us a mess. We were already in there for a night and a half before he bothered to even tell us that, hey, by the way, this is a problem. So we were thinking, okay, based on what he's describing, this should be maybe an hour fix. So with everything else we had going on, because end of the month, we're both trying to get PMs and stuff finished up. We didn't end up getting in there till like 2:45, 2:30, 2:45. My shift ends at 6.
Right.
The other guy, he goes in before I do by 2 hours, so his shift ends at 4. He didn't leave till about 5:30 yesterday.
Ooh.
So I made a joke. You know how certain like big companies, they'll have reward systems where you can like nominate people for points and stuff, and they can use them at like a company store.
I've heard of such a thing. Yes.
Different companies do different dumb stuff like that. Some of them actually have decent stores. Like at my company, I could buy like I can buy one of my favorite Fenwick fishing rods using points, actually.
Oh, that's interesting.
So like we have some decent stuff on there. But I made a joke. I was like, hey, I'm gonna nominate you some points for staying late. And he said, I don't want your damn points. And I go, okay, fine. How about this? I come in Wednesday night and I'm gonna tell my boss, hey, thanks for leaving us that mess. He stayed late, wicked late, trying to cover for it. I was gonna try to give him some points, but instead we came to an agreement. You're gonna come into the shop right now. He's gonna kick you square in the tip of the dick, and then we're calling it a day.
That's
Wicked
great.
late, huh?
Yeah.
It's wicked bad.
It was like I said, it was like 5:30 by the time he left.
Oof.
Because we're in there, we're working on it. We were starting to get it back together. It was like 3:50 maybe. So he looks down as he's trying to get his bar set in. I'm getting my part set in a little bit afterwards. We're working on that. He looks up over my shoulder, and the clock's now like 4:30. It's like, what the hell?
Time flies when you're having fun.
No shit. neither one of us expected it to take as long as it was going to take. Like, if someone told us it was going to take us 3 hours to do it, both of us would have been like, yeah, right, get out of my way.
It was that in depth, huh?
Like, yeah, well, we had to tear this thing down, man. And we had to find parts. That's hard. That's part of the problem. At the last place, we complained about how we referred to our stock room as the out-of-stock room. But I'll tell you what, man, that out-of-stock room puts this place to shame.
That's unfortunate.
We used an SAP-based system for work order management and parts inventory management and stuff at the last place. So you could go in, punch in an equipment number, and any any parts that have been wrecked out under that equipment number would populate into a list when you search that equipment number. So you get part numbers and locations and a description of all the parts. Now, based on the guy that was doing the system, the descriptions were terrible.
So some dude
But
had no
you
idea
kind
what
of like got an understanding after a little while of both his terrible method of describing things, but also, for the most part, like items were with like items, with a few exceptions of like, why the hell is this all the way over there? That's dumb. All the rest of them are right here. So like you had some dumb stuff like that, but it wasn't too bad. It was just the guy treated the company money like it was his own private account, so he tried to stock as little as possible.
Oh,
So like a part that, it's under one part number, but it might be used on 8 or 9 different machines, and he'll stock like one of them, and there's about 15 to 20 of them on every machine. Like, I'm thinking of like a specific proximity switch. We used this very specific, I want to say it was a Pepperell Fox proximity switch, that it was just a very nice small barrel proximity switch. It was like a 5mm barrel. It's just a easy to use switch. There was nothing stupid with the signaling or anything. So as parts broke that we could no longer get because some of our equipment's really old, we'd upgrade machines to like this. So I want to say this one proximity switch, at minimum, there were probably 30 or so machines that had at least one. And there were a lot of machines that would have like 40 to 50 of the damn things.
wow.
And they would break because it's only a little 5mm stud. Someone's not paying attention, hits it with a 400-pound wheel. Ting! We stock like 5 of them.
That's ridiculous.
So, like, trust me, there were problems with that system. But you want to know what the system is at the new place? Now I'm getting into this.
Uh-oh.
Getting into the point. We've got a room with some compressors that has some belts randomly in it. We've got a room for wastewater that's got some random stuff in a cabinet. Maybe we have some tubing, maybe we don't. And then in the maintenance shop, we have these things. They're like big file cabinet drawers. They're kind of cool. They're like big file cabinets that are like 5 foot wide,
Okay.
and they're on a rack, and they have these hand cranks on them. So you have 2 of them that are back to, you have one that's an end cap that faces just in, and then you have 3 sets of them that are back-to-back filing cabinets on a rail. So to take up less space, you can crank them over so you can access the different ones. It's kind of neat.
Okay.
But the drawers have labels on them that are either so vaguely obscure that they have nothing to do with what's in there, or they're old and the stuff has been moved.
Ugh.
And we don't have any sort of inventory management system. As it is, we have a purchaser for the maintenance department, but we all buy our own parts because we all have access to our procurement system. So we all buy our own parts. So we have no record of what we have in stock.
That sounds like a nightmare.
Like, I have screws for a job that is one of my monthly PMs. You want to know what their inventory location is? Second drawer at Greg's desk. So we've been going through, spending some time when we can, getting drawers divided up, bagging and labeling stuff, getting it into locations, throwing actual labels. But then the other thing is we have a new area, and our purchaser decided they were going to be really awesome. They were going to buy some racks. And are you guys familiar with acro bins? They're these colored plastic bins. They come in different sizes. They're about like 15 inches deep. You can throw dividers in them.
Okay.
They're the ones that, like, they have the thing on the back so you can hang them on a wall that's designed for them if you want.
Yeah.
So they got some racks with these bins that are all this wide. it's like, well, what the hell did you do that for? That was a waste.
Pretty much.
So I think what's going to end up happening is like we don't use SAP at this new place. We use Oracle's offering, which is Infor, as our management system. But all it is we just use it for work orders. It can do inventory management, it can do document management, it can do work orders, it can do all that stuff. We just use it for work orders. Poorly at that. So it's like we're kind of starting to rock the boat a little bit now. Starting to annoy some people because we just ask a lot of questions because there's so much bullshit.
Sounds like it.
Like I've been there for like 6 months now. My partner there's been there for like a year. But we ask a lot of questions, and some people are like, hey, this is great. People actually seem to care about the work they're doing. And other people are just like, well, you just do the goddamn job.
Don't rock the boat, Greg. Come on.
Like last week, I had assigned to me because they had a high level meeting or a high level group of executives or something walking through.
Oh.
And they had this, like the cement pillars that are the metal tube with the base plate full of cement that you have in warehouses to prevent fork truck drivers from driving into shit they shouldn't drive into.
Yes.
Well, we had one of those, and one of the corner studs was snapped off that was anchoring it into the ground. But you go over to the thing, and I could drop kick it, and it's just boing. Like, it's not loose.
Right.
But one of the high levels thought this was a problem. So I needed to replace it. So I go down there, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, well, no wonder you broke it. You used a 3/8 inch stud. Why would you go so small? But then I go, and the way you're supposed to do these concrete anchors is you drill down at least twice the depth of the stud so that you drive it, set the nut flush with the top, you hammer it into the hole now so that the nut and washer come down flush to whatever you're doing, whatever you're securing. So that way you only have to have like maybe a 1/4 inch of exposed thread, and it's a good solid connection. And then whenever you're removing that item or someone breaks it off, you pull the nut off, you pull the item out, and then you just hammer it into the ground because you now have the full depth. Or if someone breaks it off, you can hammer it down into the ground with a punch, hammer it all the way, and you can set a new anchor in because you have a double depth hole.
Interesting.
Well, they only ran these super shallow. They left way too much stud sticking up above it, which is why it was able to be snapped off in the first place.
Right.
And now I'm going in, I got my punch, I'm going to drive it. I can only take the broken part and drive it like a 1/4 inch below the surface. So it's like, well, what the hell? So I send an email back to our planner. I'm like, hey, I can do this, but it's not going anywhere. And it seems kind of stupid that I would have to break all these off, move it 1/2 inch, and re-drill 4 brand new anchors. Planner's like, yeah, that seems dumb. Let me ask some questions and get back to you. He goes, apparently some high-level guy was concerned about it. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and have you move it. Seems dumb to me, but that's what they want. I don't make the calls, man. Okay, so last night, I break out the 1/2 inch anchors, which is what they should have used in the first place. So now the anchors are way bigger, and there's only about that much stud sticking out. So if they break any of these off, I'm going to the EHS guy and saying, hey, when's the last time we did a fork truck driver training?
Are they sober when they're driving these?
Are they deliberately trying to break the thing off? Is it a game they play?
Well,
I didn't know it was bumper cars in the warehouse on Friday night.
You know?
That's insane.
It's just amazing to me how all the bullshit manages to cram itself into the shortest week. I have 3 4-day weeks in a row that are fairly menial, not much going on. And then I come in for 2 days and everything goes to hell. With nobody there. Got 5 people working in the entire building and everything's breaking. Doesn't make any goddamn sense. Oh, man. Now that we've gone off on that tangent, I actually had a Thanksgiving-related story.
Ooh.
I had an encounter with a real jackass on Thanksgiving Day. Going out to pick up my grandmother, bring her over for Thanksgiving dinner. So I'm going out and I'm coming down the highway, and there's 2 exits I can take to go there. The second exit is right before an exit for a really major highway in our state. So I'm like, I don't really want to go to that exit because it's gonna be a bad time. I know it already.
On Thanksgiving, yeah.
Yeah. Thanksgiving at like noon. Yeah. So I try to go off the first exit. And there's a line of cars. They're backed up into the slow lane of traffic. I was expecting that, but whatever. It's better than what's going to be up front. So I'm not driving my truck. I'm driving my mom's little crossover because it makes it easier for my grandmother to get up and in.
Fair.
So I'm not driving my truck, but I'm in the line and we're moving slowly. I'm kind of half into the breakdown lane a little bit just to not be a dick. I try not to be sometimes. So I'm kind of into the breakdown lane, whatever. So we get up. I'm finally in the exit lane now. And I get this Subaru come flying by the line of traffic. And he's going to cut in front. So I have enough of a gap that he could cut in front, but that behavior pisses me off.
I hate it when people do that.
Same.
So I
I
get right
make
on
sure
it, and
no
I
one
get
can.
right up behind the car in front of me. Which, hey, maybe I'm the instigator for being a dick instead of just letting the guy in. But no, fuck him.
Nope.
So now he's all angry at me and whatever. I just go on about my business because he's in that 5,000-pound death machine. I'm in mine. So now the person in front of me lets him in.
Damn it.
And I'm really annoyed by this. I was going to make him go to the next exit. I was going to ride all the way to the left of the exit lane until he couldn't exit.
I like it.
That would be
But I didn't get the opportunity. So now we're in. So now the exit has the part that can go straight and left, and it has a branched off around an island to take a right turn. I'm planning on turning right. The 2 diverging lines of cars, the ones that are trying to go right, the ones that are trying to go left or straight. So now I'm like next to this guy. And I swear to God, I don't even do anything to instigate this. I'm not even looking at him. I'm paying attention to cars in front of me and behind me. I'm not even looking at this guy. Oh, I hear a door slam. Guy hops out of his car and he's like yelling and screaming at me and gesturing and waving his hands around.
Wow.
And about as calmly as I am right now, I crack the window down about maybe half an inch, and I just say, I suggest you get back in your car before you do something you're going to regret. And then I just rolled the window up.
Oh, that's great.
Now, that would be the end of an already pretty good story, but it goes on.
Oh no.
So the guy does. He gets back in his car, and I think it's over. So I'm moving down my lane of traffic here, still on the off-ramp. And like 1 or 2 cars behind me, there's a gap, but I see Mr. Subaru get over into the next lane. Okay. So now I've managed to get off of the off-ramp. I'm going. I'm looking, paying attention in the rear view and the side view because the road has some turns to it. It's a regular old residential old school road. It's not a grid system like New York. And I can see that, 1 or 2 cars behind me, Mr. Subaru's still there. So I go, okay. I go up, I take a right turn. I take another right. Oh, hey, Mr. Subaru's still there. Come to a stop sign. So now, okay, we're at a stop sign. Mr. Subaru's still a couple behind me. Now, as I'm going through the stop sign, I'm taking a left this time. I roll down the driver's side window. I just put my hand out the window and wave. Apparently, this guy's used to following people and not being seen, because when I wave, I see he's driving a little more erratically and frantically now, and suddenly he falls to like 5 cars behind me. But, I do some more right turns, and he's still several cars behind me, and he's still following me. So I go, okay. So I'm driving. A couple blocks away from my grandmother's house is the police station.
Ooh.
So I go, well, I know what I'm going to do because it doesn't inconvenience me whatsoever. So I pull right into the police station, open the driver's door, step out, and the guy's driving by, and I just start waving at him. It's like, come on. You wanted this. Come on.
Right.
They have some questions they'd like to ask you. Come on.
He changed his mind?
Yeah, he changed his mind.
Huh.
Weird.
Funny how that works. He was
Yeah.
also angry behind the wheel of the car, and I'd give him an opportunity. in a very convenient location, and he wanted nothing to do with it. I guess the
How-
holiday spirit must have moved him.
How old of a guy was this?
I would get graying hair. But I mean, he had a wife in the car, so doesn't
Oh.
necessarily mean he's super old. I would guess late 40s, early 50s.
Old people can't have wives, Kevin. What the fuck was?
I just didn't expect him to do all this with his wife in the car. That's
I think there was someone in the back seat too.
Well, it's Thanksgiving. They were probably going to somebody's dad's house.
Admittedly, it just makes me feel bad for whoever was in the back seat of the car because they're probably
Yeah.
thinking, "What are you doing, Dad?
Right?
I just want
Sicko.
turkey. Come on."
Get the fuck back in the car. This is taking long enough. Why are we following him?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't be bothered being intimidated by people. It's not worth my time.
Good for
especially
you.
a dickhead like that.
Like, I just want to go pick up my grandmother and go stuff my face with turkey and dressing. Come on. Leave me alone. Or don't leave me alone and suffer consequences. That's your call, man.
You gave him the option.
I did. I gave him the opportunity. He didn't want to just leave me alone, so I gave him the opportunity.
Then
He had
to
decided
leave
at
you
that time that it was worthwhile to leave me alone.
alone. As he should.
Opportunity missed.
I will say, I feel like most people would accept the opportunity to leave me alone at the very calm statement of get back in your vehicle before you do something you're going to regret, without even so much as eye contact or a raised voice.
It's intriguing. From a psychological standpoint, that's very.
That's why it's
like
my
that.
favorite thing.
Yeah.
I try my best to never respond in anger to people yelling at me. I try to lower the tone and speak as calmly and even keeled as possible. I enjoy the results.
Yeah, it usually provokes them. I mean, maybe that's not the right word, but
When you
Confused
yell
them.
at someone, well, that's the other thing is when people flip me off, I give them a thumbs up. That confuses them too. That usually provokes them, though.
you think I was? What was he? He's not mad,
Damn it, I'm angry. You need to be angry too. Rah!
right?
But no, when people are yelling at you, if you yell back at them, they don't listen. For whatever reason, if you talk softly, it forces them to try to listen. I don't know why.
It confuses
It
them.
just works that way.
They're just not
So
expecting it.
so get back in your car. Don't make a mistake. Enjoy Thanksgiving with your family. Or don't.
You're not matching their energy, and
And that upsets them.
it does because it confuses them.
So they'll follow me in several right turns in a row for 5 blocks. And
Some, I wouldn't say all people would do that. Only the psychotic ones.
yeah, I don't understand the type of mentality it takes to decide, this guy stopped me from being an asshole in traffic, so I'm going to follow him with my family in the car for the next 10 minutes. I don't understand the psychology of that one.
That, yeah.
Or what his
Like,
end goal was.
I would understand it slightly more if it was just him in the car.
Yeah,
Right.
that's why I was surprised there's a wife and
Like-
someone in the back.
Like, I would understand that a little bit more. But even then, it would be like, okay, so you thought you were going to cut me off. I didn't let you cut me off. So now you're pissed at me?
Testosterone.
Wait in line like everyone else.
It
you
became a
know.
pissing match
It did.
in his mind.
It did.
Yeah.
And in his mind, he had the smaller penis.
He certainly felt challenged. Yes,
So he had some of that little dick energy.
it appears so.
Yeah, so that was it was interesting. Like, nothing came of it. It was just like, that's odd.
On Thanksgiving,
Yeah, of all days.
too.
It was just like, does that guy just need a hug? Like, what's gone on today that,
Well, okay.
it's-
maybe
does he have a family member that died right around Thanksgiving, so he's all angsty and screwed up and like, I don't know.
maybe here's something. maybe his mother-in-law was in the backseat.
Oh, that would explain all of it.
It would, especially if it was. I'm gonna stop.
You
there.
should have gotten over into the right-hand lane half a mile ago. You see this whole line of cars? It'll be fine. There's a gap right there, motherfucker. Now I gotta listen to her.
Not we're waiting here.
Yeah, that would explain all of it.
Yeah.
Where's Sam at, by the way? Just
I don't
so
know.
everybody knows.
Picking a friend up.
He's
So hold on,
big
let me
cookies.
grab the cellular. Oh wait, I don't even have to grab the cellular telephony device to look this up because Discord is right over here. At 3:53, I sent a message tagging Kemet, Tim, and Sam. We still good for tonight. About 10 minutes later, both Kemet and Tim say "yup" and "see." I said "cool," and then at 5 o'clock, Sam goes "yeah." Fantastic. At 6:08, wait, shit, no, I can't. I have to pick up someone from the airport.
like suddenly.
Suddenly, out of nowhere.
I had to drop someone off at the airport last week. I made time for it. I made it all work.
That's
Right?
true. We have a really weird trend going on here of airport visits in the GNL show. Or, Jesus Christ, Big Box Weekly. It tells you where my brain's at.
Is
So
that where
next
you
week,
were
one of
too?
you guys.
Hmm?
That's what?
Greg, back in the day.
Oh,
Is that where you were going to or from? Back,
The airport?
yeah. Well,
oh, when you called in instead of joining.
yeah.
Probably. I will say this. I do remember back in the GNL show days, pre-Big Box Weekly, I certainly did do an episode of GNL show from the airport hotel room
Yes.
on
I
a
remember.
layover.
Yep.
I know I've done that. Down in Texas, I do believe.
Yep, I believe so. I listened to
I had
that
my
episode.
I had my room
week.
service burger. I had my 15-inch MacBook Pro. And I
The
was just
CS:GO
doing my
MacBook
thing.
Pro.
No,
No?
that was a 13-inch from that video.
Oh,
And then my
Close enough.
$13 Asus that I have no idea where the hell that thing even is anymore.
I almost
I've lost
bought
track
one
of
of
it.
those for full price back when they came out.
Yeah, I waited. I spent $13.
I didn't. Yeah,
$13. Yep.
I was gonna
That
buy
was
one,
still-
and then I went and saw one in like a storefront, and they were like,
And
"Oh,
it
this
played
is crap."
CSGO at 23 FPS.
Better than my first computer that I used to play with you guys at like 15.
I remember that.
Oh, man. I do too.
I have
We'd
that
all
computer
be
downstairs
dead and
still.
he'd just be like stair-stepping along.
Yeah.
My fucking Surface Pro is better than that damn thing.
It was an old crappy HP pre-built. What
Yeah.
did you expect?
Better
on.
than that. Oh,
I
man.
mean, it was a 20.
The weirdest thing for me was I got more FPS playing on that $13 laptop than on my MacBook Pro.
That's surprising.
I assume it's just that Valve did such a poor job doing the Mac version of that game.
Why would they care?
Like, that has to be what it was, right? It was
Right.
just such a poorly optimized game version. All right, so Tim's had a story. I've had two stories. Your turn, Kemet.
My turn?
No excuse. You've had 2 weeks to come up with a story now.
I kind of forgot this happened until I woke up this morning. I have no idea. I start a job next week. Wow.
I didn't flip you off. I just gave you a thumbs down.
You're supposed to... Okay.
That's even more. Like, I won't flip people off in traffic. If someone pisses me off in traffic, I'll give them a thumbs down.
Better than someone that honks and flashes brights and is just an all-around dick.
I have another story then if you don't have one, because you've just reminded me with the flashing brights thing.
Go ahead. I'll try to think of something.
So I have LED headlights in my truck
I hate
because every vehicle ever has LED headlights now.
Mine
But mine are LEDs in a regular old housing. So I have mine. I went in and I angled them down as far as they will physically go in the housing.
Okay, I appreciate
So
that.
like and most of the time, unless it's really dark, I actually only just drive with my fog lights and my running lights on. Because my truck's headlights have like an LED strip top and bottom for running lights. So usually I'll just drive with my fogs and my running lights. I've never been stopped for it, and I'm less of a jackass. But sometimes I'm jumping in the truck, I just take off and I forget because I have automatic headlights because every vehicle post 2015 has automatic headlights.
My 06 does.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, everything has auto headlights. Yeah. So I'll just forget sometimes if I'm in a hurry and the headlights are on. But I don't know. My truck's nothing huge. It's a GMC Canyon. It's not exactly a super tall truck. Nothing crazy. But the amount of people I'll get... I want to put a 2-inch lift in the truck, but that's beside the point.
What?
Yeah, I want to lift the truck 2 inches.
How are we gonna tow?
You got to cut 4 inches off your dick then.
Well, you see, there's this thing in towing called a drop hitch.
Why? Why are you lifting it just to use a drop hitch? It's dumb.
Well, on my small trailer, I already have to use a drop hitch.
But that's different.
And on the big boat, I use a level hitch because of compensation for the sag. Okay. So I already have a hitch that I can adjust the height of. Don't get me started, man. I fish with a guy that's got a 2500 Ram Black Widow edition, which is lifted 6 inches, and he's got a freaking 8-inch drop off the back of it.
Yeah, that's just dumb to me. Why are you lifting it if you need to drop it just to do anything?
That is super dumb to me too. But the only reason for the 2-inch lift is just for better ground clearance in some of the areas that I go for shore fishing expeditions.
Okay, that's fair.
Because I've like totally, I've totally stuffed my bumper or my receiver into stuff before. Like I went up a hill and I decided that instead of trying to back down the whole hill, I was going to kind of go off at an angle and turn around a little bit. And I stuffed the receiver into like a stump or something that I thought I would be able to clear.
Okay, that makes
sense. I want to just do like a little 2-inch lift, nothing crazy, something I can still get up into the truck no problem without running boards because I dislike running boards. Up in this part of the country, all running boards do is get frozen and become slippery.
Death trap.
True. Yeah.
So I hate running boards.
Same here.
So you'll never find it. My vehicles, I will either be able to step in without running boards or I will not own them. I should be able to go from seat to ground with just a step.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm at this light. Like in this state, for some reason, people are very happy to flash their lights at you if they think you have your high beams on.
Same.
Yeah.
So my response to that is if I have enough time to react, if they're not doing it like right at the last second, I flash my brights back at them. And they go, oh, okay, guess I was wrong.
That's standard protocol.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm at a light, guy in front of me, a little Toyota. I forgot I had my regular lights on, but I'm not like right on top of him, so I'm not shooting the lights right into his cab. And he gets out all angry, yelling and screaming and whatever. Turn your fucking brights off, you piece of shit. So I just flashed the brights at him.
He's Stevie Wonder.
I mean, don't get me wrong. You'd know if my brights were on because my brights are bright because my brights are also LEDs. My brights are bright. Because my brights are designed so that if I'm in a very dark area that I really can't see, I want to be able to see about 70 feet in front of me.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, my brights, I can illuminate about almost 170 to 200 feet in front of me with my brights.
3 million watt candle power.
Like I forget exactly. Here, I can pull this up. While Kevin's telling his story, because I can find my exact lights.
I don't know. Yeah.
I'll save you, Kevin.
Clean uniforms.
You have to have one next week, man.
Yes, I will. I'll actually think about it. Well, yeah.
I'm gonna kick your ass if you don't.
Well, now I'm far away, so I have some time to prepare.
Does nothing happen in your life?
No, I've literally been just unpacking my house for the past week and getting settled. I haven't left other than to like walk down the street and get food.
Okay. So I was playing MXGP, and I had an all white uniform on, and it's dirt racing, so your uniform gets dirty, as the race goes on, and it got me thinking. Back back in the 80s and early 90s, it used to be a thing, like a contest between the mothers. Yeah, that sounds sexist, but it wasn't back then. Um, about who could get their kids' football uniforms back to being white. And nowadays, it's like it's the exact opposite, because the kids don't want you to wash the uniforms.
All
There was
right, because you don't want to watch the lookout.
right.
What?
There was hockey kids that
Kamet didn't play sports, so he doesn't
He played
understand.
I played
hockey.
ice hockey. I used to
When?
wash my uniform every week. I used to play ice hockey for a decade. Almost.
Well, that's why you sucked. You used to wash your uniform too much.
That uniform would smell like death, that
Uh-huh.
jersey.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
well, that's the mojo.
Xander's had teammates in the past that they went 2 years without washing the jersey.
That's so
Oh.
gross.
And
God.
it looked like it too. It was like the jersey is supposed to be like, say, this color red, and
They're
instead,
maroon.
yes, they were nowhere near the color red.
You're like,
You're-
what team is this guy on?
They're like Spooz's name color in chat.
Ugh.
Ooh.
Like, wow, dude, really? And the mom was like, I tried to get it from him to wash it, and
Yeah, because the mother's just like, look, it's not my fault.
right? Yeah, she
I'm not
apologized. Yeah.
He
So I
just
just-
doesn't understand.
It just occurred to me for some reason why, while I was playing that game, that has changed over the years.
All right, Kemet. You get to wrap up the show here then. Either you have a story, or I think we're probably calling it because it's been 47 minutes.
What is happening over here? 1 second.
Houston, we have a problem.
We'll
do.
just pause the live show. Please wait.
Well, just say something. I'm trying to make sure your damn camera doesn't keep cutting out.
When is it
Oh.
cut out?
I don't know. It just switches to the block of pixels.
I keep looking at my screen. It looks okay. That's Charter. That's not.
Yeah.
That's Charter's fault.
Alright. I guess I'll just have to turn down the bit rate of the video next time.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't
that's
know you could do
Charter.
that.
Yeah, I turned it up to 4,000 kilobit, which I guess.
Well,
is too
why
much.
would you do that for mine?
Well, it's for everyone's. I didn't know how it calculates it. They used to calculate. They used to split it up between the guests, but
Yeah,
they
well, that's
don't
before
anymore.
OBS took over.
OBS doesn't own them. They're totally independent
OBS Ninja?
Well, why is it OBS.Ninja?
because it's not anymore. It's VDO.Ninja. That's just
No, VDO Ninja's the old platform. They were lumped into OBS. Get your facts straight,
what are you
boy.
talking about?
Did you not read the freaking homepage of the website? Oh,
No.
hey, that's something. You really broke it that time.
Yeah, that's what happens. I have to keep going over and refreshing the video.
God, I didn't even see that. That was really bad.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking like a little staticky, not like a
Nope.
full-on exorcism.
Yeah, it's
Like
It's
totally
went full block.
gone.
Oh, actually, okay. No, we got 10 more minutes in the
Scene
show.
stuff.
I have a story I've reminded myself of when I said exorcism.
You had an exorcism in your office just like Tim?
No, but so this week on Friday night, literally Friday night, there were 3 of us in the building. The 2 maintenance guys that were on and the security guy. Building's empty. So we're in the shop. I got one of my headphones in. I was listening to a video. I think I was listening to Real Civil Engineer playing something.
Okay.
And I'm walking around and I heard what I thought sounded like a meow in the shop. So I'm like, well, that's weird. But hey, maybe it's in the video or whatever. And the guy I was working with didn't say anything about it. So a little bit later in the night, I am now just listening to music in my headphones. And the song was Born to Run. I specifically remember it because I made a comment about it afterwards. And I heard like a meow sound again. This time I look at my coworker and he goes, "Ah, so you heard that too, huh?" And I go, "Yeah, I did. I heard it a while ago too." He said, "Yeah," and I said, "But I just thought it was maybe in the background of a video. But I know, matter of factly, there are no cat sounds in Born to Run by Bruce Springsteen."
I can confirm that. Yeah.
So we go on this hunt. Like we're looking around now. Like we've gone out in the hallways and we'll keep hearing it every once in a while. And like we're poking our head up into the drop ceiling, we're checking rooms, we're like tapping on lockers, trying to find nothing. Couldn't find where the hell that meowing sound was coming from, and we kept friggin' hearing it. And like in our building, I can walk up the stairs to our compressor room and I can look out and see the entire top of the drop ceiling over our whole half of the building.
Okay.
Interesting.
And I have my bright ass flashlight. And I there was nothing there, man, and we kept hearing it throughout the night.
That's interesting. The cat from your last job followed you over.
Ghost kitty, man. I don't know whatever happened to the cat at the last job. He just kind of stopped showing up one night. I don't think he was dead because we were feeding him.
Someone probably found him and took him either to a shelter or adopted him.
Or ate him.
Or ate him.
True. Possible.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so it was bizarre. I do not have a good explanation for why we were hearing cat noises all night, but
Was it
you
only the
bet
one
I
night?
made a yeah. But you bet your ass I made a work order and booked an hour onto it searching for a source of cat noise. Because I want to know how much they're paying attention. Because I want someone to ask me about it.
Really?
I want to know if they're paying attention. I will have the biggest smile on my face if in like 3 weeks, boss comes up to me and goes, "What the hell is this?" "Oh, yeah, well, there were only 3 of us in the building and we kept hearing cat noises. And I couldn't find the damn cat."
An hour?
Oh, we had to be sure. We were being thorough.
We want to make sure it doesn't get caught in any of the machines.
Can't have a cat in a clean room. That would be bad.
Right?
Especially a medical one.
Yep. So, well, that's all I got for this week. How about you fellows?
I'm ready to get back to work.
Back to work. Oh, geez.
I can't handle any more of this stuff.
No?
I need consistency.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to
That's
work
true.
next week.
Yeah, it's Sunday night, so you go to work tomorrow night. I'm thinking like back to work. My weekend just started.
I open tomorrow, so
Ooh.
Oh, boy. So Tim's going to get off stream and go drink a bottle of NyQuil and crash.
I'm gonna eat and then take a shower and then go to bed. Yeah.
Didn't feel like eating in the middle of stream and just jumping off?
No, I've don't
Looking
think
at
I've
you,
ever done that.
Kemet.
You all wanted to play CSGO right when my dinner would be ready.
I
Every
have never
single
once in my life
time.
wanted to play CSGO. That is a lie.
This was the olden days.
I don't even think I wanted to play it back then, to be honest.
you were forced into it.
I think Tim. Damn.
Yeah.
And we just played it to appease him.
For that, I apologize.
I mean, there were some times it was fun, especially when we had a full team. That was
Well, when you have a full team, it's different. It's hardly even CSGO at that point. Part of the culture of CSGO is getting screamed at by idiots.
the random Russian just screaming at you in Russian.
Ruski!
Oh my.
What the hell? Does someone have a soundbite or something?
That was loud in my ears.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. You did have a soundbite. Okay.
I have an
I
effect.
was like, did you hear it too?
Yes. I heard
I,
it too.
I'm having flashbacks. Ah.
Effect I haven't used in
Many
probably
moons?
8 months.
No, like I
it's
said,
November. Fuck.
I'm a year sober.
Well, there's
Not looking at. I saw you post that clip up, and I was like, oh no, did Tim start playing again? The poor guy.
No, I've come close.
Don't do it.
That's why I'm leaving my steering wheel up, because as long as my steering wheel is right here,
It's a pain.
I can't move
Only
my mouse
controller
enough.
games.
I can't move my mouse enough to play CS:GO. So
Oh,
Oh, also too, speaking of steering wheel, you know what game now offers wheel support?
what?
Uh,
Lawn mowing simulator.
oh, it's had that for a month.
Oh, I am likely going to purchase because it looks just it looks way more fun than it has any right to.
I remember you used to complain about having to mow your lawn on stream, and now you're just gonna go streaming mowing your lawn virtually.
Well, I don't plan on streaming. No, the reason mowing my yard sucks is it's on a 45-degree angle.
Yeah.
Eh,
And
tiny
there's
detail.
rocks. There's big boulders that I have to mow around.
Just mow the boulders. They'll get smaller.
Oh, you see, my mower is about 10 years old, and I don't plan on killing it anytime soon.
Ah,
I like my current mower.
it'll be fine. They're designed to eat rocks and.
I don't like it as
trees.
much as my ride on at my grandmother's yard, but that sure makes that a lot easier.
I
Yeah.
imagine.
All right. I think we'll wrap it up here.
Sounds good. I have to go make sure that anybody that is not an elder on my Clash Royale, if they've donated X amount of troops, I give them a promotion.
There you go.
Nice.
I didn't know you still played Clash.
I remember we used to play it back when I was in like high school. I used to play it instead of paying attention to school.
Yep. Yeah, the crab ends tonight. No, that's Boom Beach. Boom Beach, the crab ends tonight. I'm on level 33.
Actually, I'll tell you what. You know what idly time-wasting game I've gotten back into?
Hmm.
And it makes it really easy now that it's on mobile.
RuneScape?
Old school RuneScape.
I knew it. We used to play that too much.
I've been playing it again. I spent some time Friday night at work just running up and down the stairs at Lumbridge Castle, spinning wool into bowstring.
I'll pray for you.
I'll pray for you as well, sir. All right, everybody. Thanks for popping in, and let's do it again next week.
Yeah.
Maybe Sam will even remember it's Sunday night.
Otherwise,
So Tim, what's the over under? When does Big Box Weekly become just a Greg and Tim show again?
I don't know. I think the new Iron Man streak starts tonight with 3. So
Are we gonna keep track of everyone's Iron Man streaks? Should I start a document here?
I don't think we need to get that in depth.
Just start
No, I
keeping track of it.
I shouldn't do a stat track here.
No, just put it in the what is it? The little description area on the Twitch page. Everyone can keep watching it as it's updated.
Gubbin special guest next week.
I mean, hey, one stoner for another seems fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can tell the story of recording the podcast intro for my business while being not sober.
You guys haven't done that cast in a while, huh?
We haven't. We've been busy, so the 3 of us haven't been like free at the same time.
Yeah, I get that.
Slight detail.
Right.
Yeah, I get that. Because you guys did what, like 3 episodes, 4 episodes, something like that, and then
I
just
think-
kind of dropped off. Maybe 5.
No, we did I think 4 because then after the 4th one, Jenny's mom passed. So
Oh, that explains it. That makes some sense there.
Yeah.
yep. Yeah, I'll be back next Sunday, as far as I know.
Yeah, my plan is to be here. So
Yeah, it should be
take
here
care,
too.
y'all.
Kemet,
Yes.
You
Next
get
week?
the outro then.
What's the outro? Same bad
We
time,
don't have
same
one.
bad channel.
Sure.
That's what you said last week. Yeah,
Okay.
just take the
well,
Batman
this
outro.
is the show without an intro, so
and
we
the
shouldn't
show
have an
without
outro either.
Yeah. All right then.
Works
Have
for
a
me.
good night.
That's as good of an outro as we've ever had.